Welcome to the 11th edition of the India Inclusion Summit. Um, yeah, you can clap, you can clap, you can clap. Yeah. Keep the josh, okay? Now here is what I want. You know, people measure the success of an event in various interesting ways. You know, in the corporate world, they measure success by how many people have registered. Okay? We had, our registrations were full. Just to give you some broad numbers, you know, this is the largest space in Bangalore which is truly inclusive in terms of providing the overall experience. A lot of people ask us, why have we stuck with Radisson Blu for the last 9 years? We have not moved from this location because they are the ones who truly embrace the idea of inclusion, including the staff, including the people. And we said, you know, that's what we are looking for. So this is a space that is truly inclusive in its spirit. And so we've been here for the last 9 years. This feels like family. Every time I come here, the staff meets me like I've known them for decades. And so going back to how you measure, people often ask me, how do you measure the success of IIS? I say, I have no clue. I have no clue how to measure that. I don't even care. But in the corporate world, they measure by how many people have registered. We measure success by how many people are on the wait list. We had 500 people on the wait list. But the only rule is that if you come to the entrance of IIS, we will never send you back. We'll never send you back. The other way we measure success, and this is very interesting because I wear my corporate hat in the daytime, that, you know, the room is full in the beginning and it gets empty at the end. In IIS, the room is full in the beginning and even fuller at the end. So nobody wants to go. Nobody wants to go. Everything that we do here at the Inclusion Summit is the exact opposite of any other conference that you have been to. Let me give you 3 simple examples. You will not find any logos here. Any logos? Do you see any logos? There's no corporate logos. We are incredibly indebted to the corporates who support us, but we don't put their logos. So we have this philosophy called no logos and no egos. No logos and no egos, so you will not find logos because we believe in the spirit of inclusion. The only logo we want to wear on our sleeves is that of inclusion. That's it, no corporates here. Okay? The second thing is we don't ask you for anything, we only give you things. We only give you things. The only thing we ask you for is, the only thing we ask for you is your love and blessings. That's it, nothing else. We give you things. You know, we've debated for years from the beginning, should we have some kind of fees. And I know everybody can give us the money, that's not the problem. But we say, no, we will not take, we will only give. That's the spirit of Inclusion Summit here. We only give, we only give. And the last thing which a lot of people still don't understand is, Firoz, can you send me the agenda of the event? I said, we never send the agenda. Because we want you to lose the concept of time when you are here. And believe me, if you think we don't have the agenda, you're completely wrong. We know minute by minute, second by second what is happening. Joe, Mohan and Lakshmi have spent the last year curating this. We know every second what's going to happen. We never publish it. People say, but where is the agenda? I said, what is the agenda is to come into the room and enjoy and forget the concept of time. We want each of you to embrace the idea of who we are and not look into the agenda. What is the next event? Who is the speaker? What is his bio? Which is the celebrity here? None of that matters here. Everybody here is a celebrity. I remember a few years ago, the cabinet minister had come here and they said, and they called me from the airport and said, is the front seat reserved for the cabinet minister? I said, there is no front seat here. You come, if you have a seat, you will sit. If you don't have a seat, you have to sit on the floor. Even if you are the cabinet minister, no problem. We believe in setting up an egalitarian platform that is equal for everybody. You know, I started this after my son's diagnosis of autism. He was 18 months old. We started this in the year 2012. And the only time my wife Dipali and son Vivan could attend it was the first 2 years. He was still a baby, so we could still get him, but he couldn't enjoy the event because sometimes the noise was overwhelming. They haven't come here for the last 10 years. They haven't seen the Inclusion Summit for the last 10 years. And every time I leave home, my heart breaks because I have to leave them back. And this time when I was leaving, my son is not in the best of health, and my wife said, you know what, I'm going to miss you for the next 10 days. And I said, you know, what you don't realize it, I get 10x in return. I'm going to probably live 100 days more because I spent 10 days here. So you're getting 90 days back. You get 90 days extra. So, I don't want to make you all cry. That's not the idea. We want to go through an emotional roller coaster ride. This is, as I said, people have given different names to the Inclusion Summit. I remember when Ani Choing was with us, I think it was in 2014, she came and said, Feroz, I feel this is the satsang. Ye satsang hai. When the cabinet minister Gehlot was here, his return flight was at 8 p.m. And after 1 hour, he said, I'm not flying out. I'll take the last flight. It was at midnight. I didn't like it because the flight had to wait. So they had to delay the flight because he didn't want to go away from this place. He said, Aap Ishwar ka kaam kar rahe ho. A lot of people say this is their annual pilgrimage. You know, when we run this event year after year, we have our challenges, tons of them. We don't have necessarily the funds because we don't ask. And we say, how can we not do a pilgrimage? The people who wait for us, every time I met my friend here, Prashant and his mom are the first ones to reach here every year at 7:30. They are already here. I said, how can I disappoint them? Because his mom said he hasn't slept yesterday the whole night because for him, this is the annual pilgrimage. So a lot of people have given different names to it. I say it's the therapy for the soul. No medication required. You come here, you get the energy, you feel better. It's the therapy for the soul. And I hope we won't disappoint you. I hope we will continue to do this event in the sense of purity. I always say, niyat saaf honi chahiye. The purity of the intent is way more important than everything else. We will start by an annual tradition which we have done. People often ask me, what are the assets of the India Inclusion Foundation? We have 0 assets. We have no office space. Pavitra has been very generous to put a board outside our office called India Inclusion Foundation. But that's just a board. We don't have an office space. We have 0 employees. It's 100% driven by volunteers. We have no assets, no laptops, no computers, nothing on behalf of the foundation. The only thing we have as an asset is a painting. Every year, one of the art fellows does a painting, and all the speakers who come sign on that painting. And we have now collected 11 paintings. This one will be the 11th one. So that's the only asset we have. Otherwise, we have nothing. But we have infinite love. So we want to start by inviting one of the legends of Indian theatre and cinema, one of the icons who wears multiple hats. I mean it literally. I asked him yesterday, sir, aapka topi ka kya story aap bataiye? What is the story of this topi? And he had a phenomenal answer for that. And that's the reason I think he's one of the most inclusive leaders this country has seen. He said, the topi that I wear, if I wear a white topi, then the Congress will think, the Congress people will own me. If I wear a different kind of a topi, the other people will own me. So what I did was I went to Nepal and bought this topi, and I really liked it. Now the only people who own me are the Nepalis and the Gorkhas. And every time that allows me to get free entry into rich people's house because the guys who are the security guards say, thank you sir, aap to hamare hi hai. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite on stage Padma Shri Dr. Mohan Agashe sir to unveil the painting. artwork yesterday. He live painted it. He's one of our Art for Inclusion fellows. He's written a few lines for us, and he wanted to share that with all of you.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yeah. I want to convey behind this painting. I try to convey these lines. This line written by Tamil poet, lyricist, author, the National Award winner, Na Muthukumar. The lines will come from Pesugireen song. Cross the sea, there are no trees where all the birds can rest. You are near the end. It put small dots again. The end is also the beginning. There is no mountains without a curve. There is no mind without pain. Don't regret it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The next thing that we want to do is really show you a music video, which is of the theme song from last year. So Joy Barua was very kind enough to make the theme song for us, and we said, can we make a video around it with the backdrop of the photographs of Everyone is Good at Something campaign. So all of you should be aware of the EGS campaign. If you don't know, please go to everyoneisgoodatsomething.com, register yourself. Every week you will get stories, inspiring stories of people with disabilities. And Joyda wanted to use those stories as a backdrop to this music video. So we are in some ways unveiling the music video for our EGS campaign. So let's quickly watch the video here.
है जुगनू की रोशनी में कायनात वे भीतरी उजाले हैं जाने रात जगजगाने से है जगमगाने से है हर सुबह पर परिंदों से नहीं या उम्मीदों से ही उड़ जा ये जहां मेरा ये लम्हे मेरे अब तो हम नाचेंगे अपनी ही धुन पे जितना अंधेरा जितनी उदासी उतने हम चमकेंगे अपने ही दम पे ओ ये जहां मेरा ये लम्हे मेरे अब तो हम नाचेंगे अपनी ही धुन पे जितना अंधेरा जितनी उदासी उतने हम चमकेंगे अपने ही दम पे एक पृथ्वी हर इंसान में है पैदा एक जिंदगी जो मिल जाए है सौगात हम जुड़ा करते हैं धरती से धरती को हर रूह की हम जुड़ा करते हैं शब्द नकारों को अभिदान के ये जहां मेरा ये लम्हे मेरे अब तो हम नाचेंगे अपने ही धुन पे जितना अंधेरा जितनी उदासी उतने हम चमकेंगे अपने ही दम पे ओ ये जहां मेरा ये लम्हे मेरे अब तो हम नाचेंगे अपनी ही धुन पे जितना अंधेरा जितनी उदासी उतने हम चमकेंगे अपने ही दम पे हम चमकेंगे अपने ही दम पे
Yeah. Guys, what do you think? So this has been a lot of work, and I'm happy to say that we are talking with Warner Brothers to probably use their platform to amplify the message. But here is a very important thing, and I hope Vicky is here. Vicky is sitting somewhere here. 3 years back, we launched the Everyone is Good at Something campaign on 2nd of April. And I said, Vicky, you have to spend the next 10 years traveling around the country, taking photographs from all the 25 states, 8 union territories, and all 21 disabilities. He's probably the only person I know in this whole country who's been to all the states, all the union territories except one. He has to go to Lakshadweep and trying to get the permissions to make sure he gets there. But after 3 years, he's covered all the states, almost all the union territories, and all the 21 disabilities. Please give a big round of applause to Vicky Roy. And we did it silently. Nobody even came to know about it. We just did it. We had an incredible team led by C.K. Meena ma'am and many, many volunteers who relentlessly share these stories. And it has grown organically. And as luck would have it, somehow the United Nations, somebody said, this is so damn good. We've never seen a campaign like this. We should speak to the UN. And now, United Nations, I spoke to one of their leaders. And on 3rd December, on World Disability Day, we'll be doing entire exhibition of all the 21 disabilities at the UN office in New Delhi. Change is slow. Change is slow. It takes time. It takes time. But the one thing that you should never compromise is your purity of intent. And often we get digressed. We get pushed and pulled to some of the greedy things that sometimes we may stumble into. And I always say, one wrong step, and it's a slippery slope. So be very careful. People say, why don't you do enough on social media? You should do more reels. And I know all of that stuff. I know it works. I'm a technologist. I also know that. But I also know that the engine behind it is sometimes not very pure. And so we have to be careful about how we want to reach out to the people. We want to reach out through word of mouth. We want to reach out to the goodwill of people. It's not the number of hits or the likes that we are looking for. It's the number of hearts that we are able to change. That is what we are trying to look for. So thank you. We are just getting started. I hope all of you have enough water. People always say, yaar, tum pani bottle mat diya karo, handkerchief diya karo, kyunki, itna rulate ho aap pura din. Pani pilao mat yaar, thoda handkerchief diya karo. But get prepared for a roller coaster ride. Enjoy the rest of the day.